All right. Hello, everybody. We're starting a little later than we usually do today because, for whatever reason, my computer decided to stop letting the webcam work. And the webcam was kind of important for what we're starting off today with. But you know what? We're here now. So, welcome in, everybody. Soul Commodore here. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. I am a very sore person right now because I hey Elle, welcome in. How are you? How are you? Um, I was just saying how sore I am because I went for like a 2.5 hour walk last night. Um, kind of like thinking through this new concept for a show that plus it was raining, and I am a sucker for taking super long walks in the rain. So I am late. I am late. I apologize. But you're right. I am late. Forgive me for my tardiness. It is inexcusable. Um, a lesser man, a lesser man would blame his webcam for just deciding not to work anymore. But I am not that kind of person. But how are you, El? How are you? Let's see. What am I looking for? That's what I'm looking for. Yeah. So we are going to be doing some art today, but I thought that we would start by just sort of exploring kind of how I come up with the ideas that I do for different works. I'm good. New people came to hang out, and it was nice. Oh, very nice, very nice. That's always lovely. It's always lovely. I'm glad. I'm glad that it went well. Very glad. Very glad to hear that. I thought I would explore a little bit of how my creative process kind of goes. Because I did mention on what was it, Monday's stream, Tuesday's stream actually. I mentioned on Tuesday's stream how I came up with a new concept that, at its bare bones, it kind of excited me about like where my next show might go. Um, so I'll to start off. Let me kind of explain what it is that I'm talking about. Let's see if I can highlight this at all. Bear with me. Bear with me. Okay, we're in documents. Let's go down to my various iterations of my artist bio and CVs and all that kind of stuff. And my different residency applications. Okay. Hello, Rain. How are you? Sir. Sir? Sir! Alright, let's, there it is, my residency applications. Okay, let's open up these both. And I'll just kind of read through I did a residency application. Hello. I am late. I apologize, everybody, but we're here. We're here now. This is gonna be kind of scattered because this is how I usually am when I'm trying to synthesize ideas for my work. But we will start with the last idea that I had for a collection of works, which is my 2021 residency application for the Robert McLaughlin Gallery. And this was what I wrote for my project proposal. Because the way that residency works is basically you go there, I think, for like 3 months, and you just work on a body of works, and then from there we kind of Like they'll allow you to they open up a space where you can like actually show your work and all that kind of stuff. So let me, where did my mouse go? Just read this off real quick, because this is going to kind of lead us into what my new idea is. So my project proposal for 2021 was home is where the heart is. Our homes provide security and comfort and become an extension of who we are and what we wish to present to the world. The interiors of our homes are insular, almost sacred. We construct our own little worlds, making them available only to a select few, and shut out the rest of society. A private interior universe whose exterior is available for public view. This duality transfers over to people, the part that we show to the world and the part that we keep hidden. We are all bit parts in someone else's title role. But what happens when side characters start to peer into the spaces that these strangers inhabit? What are they trying to hide behind the facade that they've built? Sometimes we get a glimpse of what's going on inside. A garage door is left open, a fence is in disrepair, a curtain remains undrawn. But what goes on inside the home largely remains a mystery. With this project, I wanted to explore what happens when the viewer takes those glimpses and pieces together a narrative of their own, simply through a quick glance at something usually kept hidden. Questions like, what's in that shed? Or why is that light still on at 2 a.m.? These are the building blocks upon which we develop our own view of a stranger's private life. This residency would provide... Oh, that's a different... Oh, I'll read this anyway. This doesn't really have anything to do with it. This residency would provide me the time, space, and environment to fully realize this project's potential. I visualize at least 15 to 20 works in this project, the working title of which is Come Inside. And that is a reference to a Commodore song, if you didn't know. A fantastic Commodore song, if I do say so myself. So that's where my head was at in 2021. Because pandemic, I really didn't have much to do. I wasn't working at the time. I was unemployed. So really, I got back to my roots of like taking a lot of late night walks. And I would be asking these questions, like, because you would only see, like I said, glimpses of people's lives. You would see a light left on. You would see maybe some movement inside the house, a garage door left open. You get these little windows into what their lives are like. And then you kind of just build off of that, right? And I'm still going to work on this project at one point or another, you know. There's some things that I want to kind of work out with it, you know. But the other day, I was taking another walk in the rain. It's been rainy here lately. And it got me thinking, because for whatever reason, rain kind of brings up like nostalgic feelings in me. And I think I've touched on that before, because like when I was a kid, my mom is almost solely responsible for my love for rain, because she would, one of her favorite movies was, I have no clue about that. She loved the movie Singing in the Rain, and she would have me and my younger brother, and sometimes my younger sister, go outside in the rain, and you know, we would do Singing in the Rain with our umbrellas and everything. I shouldn't say that she made us do it. We were outside anyway. She would let us play outside in the rain. You know, and so rain has always kind of been nostalgic to me, and I love the sound of rain, right? And I love the smell of rain. I love the feel of rain. I love rain. Rain is my favorite type of weather. And coupled with reminiscing, because I was listening to music while I was going, and obviously I love the Commodores. Everyone knows that. I love old school R&B and everything, but one album that I was listening to while it was raining was an album by Canadian artist Joni Mitchell, and she has an album called The Hissing of Summer Lawns. And I first heard that album when I was ooh. Sorry, Elle. I know that was rough for you to hear. But I was when my first year of university, I finally heard that album. See, I had read about that album in a book called, and actually I'll grab the book real quick. I will be right back. I should have grabbed it before, but go. In grade 12, and I promise this all has a point. But in grade 12, I found this book in our school library. This isn't school's copy. I didn't steal it. I bought this myself. But it's the 100 Best Album Covers, which is subjective, obviously. But I read in it, I was just reading through it, and they had, come on, which page is it? Come on. Oh, you're really going to do this to me now? I got to look in the contents. Come on. Okay, let's just leaf through this again. This would have gone off so much better if I was more prepared. But preparedness is for suckers. We just fly by the seat of our pants here. Hey, Chitanda, how are you? Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Come on, which page is this album? There it is. Joni Mitchell, The Hissing of Summer Lawns. And there's the album cover there. It's a very, very good album. It's a very weird album, given what Joni Mitchell usually does, because she's very folksy, right? She does a lot of folksy type of music. But this particular album, it says here that this album actually didn't do very well amongst audiences. Hey, Calico Kitties, welcome in. Thank you. We will be doing some live painting in about 20 minutes or so. I just thought I would start off talking about a new concept for some new work that I've got. But I hope you're doing well. And, oh, you're on a break at work. Nice. So Rolling Stone, actually, while it voted this album as one of the best album covers of all time, when it was released in 1976, the magazine said that it was one of the worst albums of the year, which I don't agree with, right? It's not a rock album by any means, but the album was reviewed by black music magazines to rave notices, and that I took notice of that, and I was like, man, I should listen to this album, because if black audiences really liked it, I wonder why, you know? And I listened to it, and it is true. I can see why black audiences loved it. It's very bass heavy. There's a lot of R&B influence in it, a lot of jazz influence in it. So I was in university, my first year of university, when I heard a song off of this album on YouTube. I searched it up, and it's called Shades of Scarlet Conquering, which is one of my favorite songs now. And the songs like Edith and the Kingpin is on there, and the Boho Dance, and the Hissing of Summer Lawns, and Harry's House / Centerpiece. Anyway, needless to say, I was listening to that song while I was walking last night, and it got me thinking about university and some of my friends that I haven't seen in a while from university, right? And it got me thinking about the idea of nostalgia and the idea of not being able to return to places that you've been. I mentioned before how I've had discussions with my dad. Like, I would take walks in Chatham, past my old elementary school and past my old high school, and coming to the realization that I really have no reason to ever go back into those schools, you know? I really don't. I don't have any kids that would be going to those schools. I don't live in the city anymore. I don't know. I mean, I probably know some of the faculty that are still there, but there's no reason for me to go visit, right? And my dad said, you know, some people fall apart and cannot function because they come to that realization. You know, like my dad worked with clients that you know, basically destroyed their lives because they were trying to return to a place that they couldn't go, metaphorically, and sometimes also literally. So it started to make me think of nostalgia and places that I can't return to and times that I can't return to. Like before 2016, you know, like before, I can't return to any of those times, like before my mom died, right? And obviously you can't return to times really, but Like even like when I first moved up here and I was working at Sport Check, and while that job wasn't the greatest, like I did still make a lot of good memories there, you know. And all I'm left now is the memories, and um, that's really what this piece is about: is memories and fractures and bits and pieces of memory. Um, and that's what I want to base this new concept for this new show around. Come on, people, we need time travel to be invented already. Yeah. um, and what really kind of like synthesized it for me was the idea of I did a piece called Ghosts, that I've showed off, where it's kind of like an overlay of what there's an old factory, the old Navistar International factory in Chatham, which has been torn down now. Actually, I should probably just show the piece. You know, might as well do something visual. I'm a visual artist after all. I'll bring up the piece again. TimothyJamarBrown.com. Let's if I could get this to snap. Thank you. My goodness. Yeah, let me bring up this piece real quick. And let me change scenes so that you all can see it as well. Here we go. Now where is it? I have to go back. Wait. Do I have to go back? No, here it is. Ghosts. So yeah, this piece is an overlay of what the factory used to be, with a little bit of mist and everything, and then what the parking lot looks like right now, which is, you know, just a whole bunch of overgrown weeds and a fence with barbed wire and these stone barriers, concrete barriers. Like that's what it looks like now, right? So my thinking for this piece is going to be along those lines of almost like a double exposure in a photograph, right? Where you're going to have two images kind of overlaid across each other, which is how I kind of want to do this, because I want pieces of memories and fractured memories, and not all of them will be good. Like some of them will be kind of nightmares, right? And it won't just be from my own life. Like some of them will be from my own life, but I want it to be a little bit more universal, to kind of get the feeling of thinking about these little pieces of your memories and nostalgia and all that, right? So one of the ways that I want to do this is I looked up ways to actually erase acrylic paint. And what I found is that there are a number of solvents that can do it. But I don't want to use like any heavy solvents, because again, I paint in our bedroom. I don't want to choke anybody out. I don't want to choke my girlfriend out. I don't want to choke myself out, right? And I could do it outside, but it's going to be hard streaming outside, because I want to stream some of these, right? And the internet quality outside isn't the greatest. So what I think I'm going to do is, yeah, not without consent. Exactly right. Exactly. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to, and I'll do this on stream too, I'm going to do some tests. Because one of the things they said is, rubbing alcohol works. So I might do that, but I think I might go a different route, because they also said that OxyClean can do it. And OxyClean just smells like clean. Like it doesn't, I don't think it smells like bleach. It just smells like a cleaning product, right? So I might grab some OxyClean and try that. And what I'm going to do is, because acrylic dries so slowly, and again, I would do this in oil, because oil would be OxyClean gets the tough stains out. Exactly. Again, oil has a scent that I don't think my girlfriend would appreciate, so I don't want to use oil. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get, I forget which type of oil it is. It's like linseed oil or something like that, that you can add to OxyClean is powdered hydrogen peroxide. At least I'm pretty sure, but I'm going to be using like a spray, um, like the liquid OxyClean, um, because that will break down the polymer in the acrylic paint. So I'm going to add a some type of oil to the an additive to the acrylic paint to make it dry a lot slower, right? Because there are products that will allow you to do that. And in doing so, basically, I'm going to paint like a base painting, and then I'm going to start painting over top of it with another image, and then working with that painting, I will start to spray it with OxyClean and start spraying it with whatever light solvent I decide to use, to kind of start to wear it away, and then the image underneath will start to come through, right? So I'm really excited to start doing some tests with that. This is like the one time I'm actually going to do studies because I want to make sure that the process works, right? So that's what's coming up. That's what's been knocking around my head the last week or so. Getting really excited about exploring this kind of thing. So we'll be working on this series and that series concurrently. You know, the Come Inside series that I was talking about earlier, I don't know when I'm going to start working on that one. But Lord knows I've got enough reference images for it. But that'll come later, I think. Right now, I really want to get started on that. So, with all that being said, I think we all ought to move on to some actual live painting. What do you say? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put up my Be Right Back screen. I'm going to get you all set up over here where the painting is, and then we will get started. So bear with me for a couple of minutes while I just get set up, and yeah, we will have some fun. All right, just a minute, everybody. We will do that. So be right back. Oh, my.
All right, there we go. Should probably turn off my mic. There we go. All right. So, welcome in, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. Let me catch up with Chad a little bit. I see no bear. He lied when he said bear with. I did lie. I am a liar. You're right. I'm a big old liar. Late and a liar. How dare. Time to cancel. So, oh no, I'm being canceled before I even do anything. Y'all are funny. Hey, Crystal, welcome in, welcome in. Would it have been worse if he said moose with me? Yes, it would have. Welcome in, Crystal. How are you? Taking a break to let my paint dry, so I'm gonna hang out with Soul to watch it. Ooh, what were you painting? He's back, the liar. I am back. All right. So we're gonna start working on this some more. Art tax. Just painting the inside of a cabinet flat white. Nothing artistic today. Hey, look, you could say that that's artistic. Billy Crystal. Whatever happened to Billy Crystal? I wonder what he's doing. I wonder what he's up to. You know, this might be blasphemous, especially if any of you are Billy Crystal fans. I've never found his impression of Muhammad Ali all that good. Like, it's fine. But other people have done better impressions of Ali. But, I don't know. That's just my opinion. And it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. But, that was your couple name in high school? Nice. That's awesome. It's a fine line to walk, that's for sure. Yeah, it wasn't offensive or anything. It wasn't an offensive impression or anything like that. I just felt like it didn't really ever sound like Ali, really. It sounded like someone doing a half-decent impression of him, basically. You know? Which maybe that's all it was meant to be in the end, but... But you know what? It's fine. It's Thursday. This isn't the question of the day. Don't do the question of the day because I forgot to, you can redeem it, but if you redeemed it yesterday, I forgot to change it. Or if you redeemed it on Tuesday, I forgot to change it. Got to go, Soul, but I'll see you later. Hey, Chitanda, well, thank you. Thank you for hanging out. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And yeah, good to see you. It's always good to see you. Yeah, thanks for hanging out for a bit. Yeah. So, in addition to what's the strangest thing you've ever seen, if you haven't answered that before, or you can answer it again, that's fine. I was going to ask. You know what? I forget. I forget what I was going to ask. I'm getting old. Okay. There we go. We got our paint together. Right, the ghost horse. Yeah, that was wild. That was wild. It sounds like it should be like a lore episode. Okay. So I'm going to clean up this floor a bit. Try to even it out. That's going to be our main objective today. I think. I don't know if this is the strangest thing that's ever happened to me or the strangest thing that I've ever seen. But I gotta lay this out for you guys a little bit. So my bedroom when I was living at home faced our backyard, right? It faced out into the backyard. And our roof in our backyard actually kind of sloped down from my from my bedroom. So if my bedroom window was here, right? If it was here, then how can I do this? So if my bedroom window's here, right? The roof sloped down to here, and then the roof over our back room was like right here, right? And it was sloped this way, but it was flat, right? Like it was a sloped roof, but it was level, right? And you could actually get up onto our roof. Honestly, you could do it without a ladder if you really, really tried, right? Especially if you climbed the fence, you could get up on our roof. So I'm, hanging out in my room. It's probably around like 8 o'clock at night, and I hear our dog, we had a little Shih Tzu, just going absolutely crazy in the back room, right? And I hear my dad and my mom like saying like, Bailey, knock it off and all that kind of stuff, right? And the dog just won't let up. And I'm like, what is going on down there? And no one knows, right? And then I look out my window. And keep in mind, it's 8 o'clock. It's like toward the end of summer. So it's still light enough outside, but I've also got my light on in my room, right? So I can see out, right? And I look, and there is a dude just standing on our roof, looking in my window. And I was like, okay. And you know what made me mad? Because the dude, like I'd seen him around, right? Like he was a druggie. He was looking to break into a house to steal money or steal drugs or something, right? Because we didn't live in the best neighborhood, right? But this dude's just standing on our roof, looking in, and I'm looking at him. And this dude had the audacity to look at me like I was doing something wrong being in my own damn house. And I just gave him a look like, get off my roof. And I guess he didn't want no smoke. Because I could open my window and get out on the roof, right? But I guess he didn't want any smoke. So he just like ran off the roof, jumped down, and like hopped the fence and then like ran away. But yeah, that's probably the strangest thing I've ever seen. That was weird. Yo, Angel. Yeah, exactly. Not my own damn house. Welcome in. How are you? How are you? I like that Crystal and Rain had the same exact reaction. That's when you yell, "Baby, get the shotgun" as loud as you can. Oh, I guess I saw the hate being passed down from father to child. I saw hate being passed down from father to child when I was in the ATL. Ah, well, that's not great. Just escaped the heat. Nice, nice, nice. I'm doing well, thanks. We started off today talking about some new art concepts, and now we're repainting this floor because I'm not super happy with it. Just this section of it. But I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I need to darken that up a bit. But you know, we've had a couple of people just like kind of stroll into our house thinking it was a drug house before, and my dad had to kindly ask them to leave, and did so usually by force. You know. Another strange thing that I've seen, and this was fun. So, we when I was a kid, we would always go over to one of my aunts for Halloween. Being an adult now, I understand that the reason we went over to her house was honestly because she lived in the safest neighborhood. It was a very nice neighborhood. Still is. She still lives there. But it was the safest neighborhood. So we all went over there, right? For Halloween. And one year, I was about... another thing you need to understand is I am... on my mom's side, I'm among the younger cousins. I have a number of older cousins. But I do have a few younger cousins as well, right? But at this time, I was probably around like 6 or 7 years old. I'll tell this story after I read Rains. I was driving to the mall, and at the exit, 285 exit, I saw this white guy protesting immigration with a sign that read something to the effect of "No illegals here." And this man's young child, maybe 9 or 12 years old, right there beside him. Oh, that's good. That's good. Start him out young. Start him out young, you know. That's how you pass down hate, you know. You start them fresh. Yeah, that is unfortunate. So we went over to my aunt's house, one of my aunt's house, and we would trick or treat over there. And one year, I was probably like 6 or 7 years old. I was in her basement. A couple of other cousins were in the basement, and I hear my brother and my younger brother and my cousin Dana and my cousin Sean be like, they're like kind of freaking out. Now, in the basement, there's a stairway that goes up, right, to the kitchen. And at the very top of the stairs is the screen door that led to the backyard, right? And my aunt had, I don't know if she still does, it's been a while since I've been to her house, but at the time, she had like one of those paper birch trees, right, in her backyard. And it's probably around like 8 o'clock, so it's dark, because it's fall, it's dark outside, right? And I'm just sitting in the basement, and then there's this commotion at the top of the stairs, and I look up, and my cousin, a couple other of my cousins are up there with Dana and Sean, and my brother, my younger brother, and they're all like looking out in the backyard, and lo and behold, there's what seems to be a pair of red glowing eyes in the top of this tree. Right? Now keep in mind, we're about to go trick-or-treating, right? Now, being an adult and being of a I would say I'm mostly rational. I keep my mind open to a whole lot of things because there's a lot of unexplainable shit in life, right? But being a relatively rational adult, it was probably an owl or some kind of rodent or something, like a raccoon or something, and its eyes were reflecting something that was out on the street, right? Probably like a, a red light source of some kind, right? But 7-year-old me was a lot less rational. And I thought the devil was after us, right? Except it was weird because I didn't really get all that freaked out. Like, it was freaky, but I wasn't all that scared. And I think that's because I have the proclivity of liking horror movies and liking suspense and thrillers and like being... I'm into that stuff, right? Like, stuff will scare me, but then I'm like, ooh, I'm intrigued, right? And I was like that as a kid as well. Like, one of my favorite movie scenes when I was a kid is a scene that's routinely brought up as the scariest thing that kids have ever experienced in a movie, which is the pink elephant scene in Dumbo. I love that scene. I didn't understand it when I was a kid. Like, I didn't know what was going on, but I loved it. The nightmare that the toaster has in The Brave Little Toaster, I love that scene, you know? Even with the clown that comes up and goes like, run, right? I love that scene as a kid. Again, it was freaky and it scared me, but I loved it, right? And I didn't know why. And then it turns out it's just because I like that kind of stuff. You know, I like stuff that's unnerving. But, and like I said, like in all rationality, that's probably what that was, right? It was probably some sort of animal whose eyes were like, you know. But the one thing that I do remember, the two things that I do remember is, one, it didn't seem to be blinking, right? Now, there's a lot of animals that don't blink all that often, like owls, right? But it didn't seem to be blinking. And two, the adults in the household kind of postponed the trick-or-treating. We didn't leave like we were going to. We probably stayed in the house for another, like, 15, 20 minutes before we all went out the front. Because I remember my Uncle Darcy, especially, being like, I don't know what that thing is. You know, I remember hearing that, right? So, not even the adults knew what it was. I don't remember what my mom and dad were saying. But, like, even the adults were like, yo, I don't know what that is. I don't want to go out there. Sir, are you okay? Sir? I am fine. I just like freaky things. Don't worry, Rain. My girlfriend doesn't get it either. She doesn't get it either. My girlfriend's one of those people who when she sees something scary or something traumatic, like in a movie or something, right? Like, it sticks with her and it stays in her mind, right? And she can't get it to go away, which is kind of problematic when you're trying to get to sleep, right? So she just kind of shuts all that stuff out. Like, she doesn't watch any horror movies. And you know what? I love horror movies. My favorite movie is The Shining. I would love to experience The Shining with her. I would love to sit down and watch The Shining with her, or The Exorcist, or The Thing, or Silence of the Lambs. Even though I don't really count that as a horror movie, it's a police thriller. But anyway, I would love to be able to watch those things with her, or any of like the true crime documentaries, right? About serial killers. Like, I would love to be able to share that with her. But you know what? It scares her half to death. So I don't even offer it. I don't even be like, hey, like, you know what? We should try this. You know, she's not good with it. So you know what? It's fine. As much as I would love to share those experiences with her, I'll just watch it myself, because it's not worth her being freaked out. You know. Because I always see these dudes, well, not just dudes, I shouldn't generalize, it's all sorts of people, but primarily you see it happen with men who try to, like, force their girlfriends to, like, watch, like, scary stuff when they're not into scary stuff, and I've never understood that. you know? Because scary stuff can be traumatizing, you know? Like, it's not really a joking thing when you can't get to sleep because you saw something that was scary, whether that thing actually exists or not. Like, it's not cool. Like, I am terrified of I used to love horror movies, but like old ones. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, those are also great movies. Like, I am terrified of roller coasters. I hate roller coasters. I can't stand them. I can't handle them. You know, I can't handle them. And my girlfriend kind of likes roller coasters and thrill rides and all that. But she doesn't try to force me on them, you know, because she knows that I don't like them. You know, which is kind of, it's nice, you know, when you got that kind of trust in a relationship. I have gone on a couple of them to, like, you know, kind of humor her, because I'm not as scared of roller coasters as she is of horror movies, right? But I did not have a good time on those rides. And now I never have to do them again, because she understands me. I saw you streaming, but I was out and about, so I couldn't catch you. I'm doing good, catching up with work. Nice. Hope you can hop in for a Thursday stream sometime. Yeah. Your Thursday streams are fun, El. I wasn't able to come in today because I was dealing with a crisis at work. Crisis. It wasn't really a crisis. Someone sent a slightly confusing email asking for stuff that we had handled months ago. And everyone was kind of like, what is this about? Why are we bringing this up again? So. Put out them fires, so. But yeah, I lost my train of thought is what I did. God, what was I saying? Clocked out? Nice. That's awesome, Ring. Now, mind the traffic. I heard that the highway's a doozy. Usually at the end of your days on your commute. So just be careful out there. Drive defensively. Traffic sucks ass. I'm always behind this one asshole who drives slow as slow AF. It's me. I'm the asshole. No, we're not gonna do that. Get out of here, bot. Bots always make me sad because I think, oh, new friend. And then it's like, oh, no, actually not. You know what scares me about roller coasters? Because we were talking about that. I remembered what we were talking about. Because I don't mind speed, right? I don't mind speed, and I'm not scared of heights. What I don't like is the fact that when you are in a roller coaster, you are completely at the mercy of physics. Now, when you're driving in a car, obviously you're at the mercy of physics too, but there is some semblance of control because you've got your gas pedal, your brake, your steering wheel, your e-brake, you can shift, you know, you can park, all that kind of stuff, right? There is some stuff that's at your that you can control, right? Now, physics is going to do what physics is going to do, but at the very least, there are some things that you can do to mitigate the damage. You know, in a roller coaster, you don't got that, right? And I don't like it. I don't like it. A bot caught the bot today, though, and my minds were like, my jarb. Okay. I'm liking how this is looking now. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That's good. That's good. Let me bring up my reference image real quick. Yo, BT Bot, or BT BAP or BitBat. Please tell me how to say your name. But welcome in. What is a roller coaster? I don't even know how it's written. I mean, you wrote it right. There's an A in coaster, but you basically spelled it right. A roller coaster is, if you don't know, it is a basically it's a train car on a set of rails. And you can go up and down hills really fast. You can do bank turns. There's loops in some of them. And roller coasters are basically designed to run on gravity, right? So basically a roller coaster will there's a whole bunch of cars chained together and you're strapped into it, right? With a holster. And then usually for like a lot of big roller coasters, what they'll do is the cars will go up a giant hill, right? And then when you get to the top of the hill, you just kind of roll over the hill, and then there's a really steep drop, and that drop gives you enough speed to actually get through the rest of the roller coaster most of the time. Yeah, theme parks and fun parks, yeah, those. And I don't like them. I don't like going that fast on something that's out of my control, you know? While I was my brother was talking your brother was talking your ear off. Ah, interesting. Huh. Yeah, a lot of people have a lot of fun with roller coasters and different theme park rides. Not me. They are not for me. In Spanish, we call them Russian mountains. Interesting. Huh. That's very cool. Okay, I need to bring up this reference image because I need to figure out how this light is working on the ground. So moose with me while I bring this up. There we go. But welcome in, BT. I hope you're having a good day. Hoping you're having a good day. Good to see you. Good to meet you because you haven't seen you in chat before. So, welcome in. Okay, so I like how this is looking now. So I think I'm gonna leave this floor. At least, well, I might add some lightness here actually. Not a whole lot though. You know, it's funny, earlier when I was talking about my concept for the new works, I was talking about nostalgia and all that kind of stuff, and I actually started making a playlist last night of songs that bring me right back to university, you know. And I'm going to actually like try to parse it out between first year, second year, third year, and fourth year. Because there are a number of songs that bring me right back there. Oh, you're just trolling. Well, that's all right. Just adding a little bit of lightness here. Lightness that may seem imperceptible to you, but I can see it. So. But yeah, I started going through my all the music that I have on my phone and started making that playlist of songs that take me right back to university. I'll probably have to make a corollary playlist on Spotify as well. I don't have Spotify myself. My girlfriend's family does, though. So I'll probably make a corollary because there are some songs that remind me of university that I don't have on my phone. So I'll probably do that as well. Okay, we'll add some lightness over here as well. Not a whole lot. Oh, that's a lot. I just said not a whole lot. Come on, TJ, get it together. Did I study art? I did. I went to university with a... I wanted to get a Bachelor of Fine Arts honor specialization in studio art. That's not quite what I got, but I did basically get a Bachelor of like Fine Arts. Like I majored in visual arts is what I did. I've told this story before. I will say it again. My roommate, who was very out of touch, did not understand how my parents were okay with me going to school for art. Because he didn't see it as a worthy cause. Because there's no way his parents would have let him go to school for art. And I was like, I don't know, man. My parents are just happy that I'm in university, And they're happy that I'm doing something that I like, and that I enjoy doing. Because a lot of people don't get that chance, But yeah, I went to school for art. Many moons ago. I mean, in when you really break it down, it wasn't really all that much long ago. Like it was like I graduated. I was supposed to graduate in 2012, but I didn't. I graduated in 2014, so it wasn't really all that long ago, but it was long enough ago. And now here we are, streaming on Twitch, which is cool because I get to meet a whole bunch of cool people. And I do. I've said it before. I will continue saying it. And if you get sick of me saying it, I mean, tough cookie, because I'm gonna keep saying it. I do really appreciate each and every single one of you who tune into this, because I never thought that anyone would be willing to sit and watch me paint, right? Or watch me create anything. So the fact that a lot of you do and you comment and such a nice community that we've got here, I'm very appreciative that you all take an interest in what it is that I do. It's pretty neat. I am hashtag blessed. Oh, is it a religion thing or ethnic, like how Chinese parents want their children to become doctors or lawyers and not an artist? Sorry, your English is not very good. I mean, I think your English is good. I'm not quite sure what the case was with my roommate. I think it was just he was in business, right? And he had always wanted to go into business, right? I had a project actually with an engineering student who was taking art classes for one of his electives, right? And he didn't quite understand art or why anyone would go into art either. His was more on the financial end, because you don't really tend to make a lot of money as an artist, or it's very hard to make a living as an artist, right? It's very, very difficult. So he didn't see it from the economic standpoint, from the financial standpoint. To be honest with you, BT, I think my roommate was just an ass. He was just kind of an asshole. And he was just kind of teasing me, "Oh man, you're gonna be a broke ass artist." It's like, okay, man. So I'm not quite sure what his angle is. I know that there are some. I'm not sure about religion, but I know that there are some cultures that place a lot more emphasis on the STEM subjects and not so much on the arts. And that can extend to governments, because governments will sometimes spend more on funding STEM projects than arts and humanities projects. So I'm not quite sure where it was with him. It might have been cultural. It might have been just he didn't get why anyone would want to be an artist. I just think he was kind of a jerk. But in terms of my family, I was one of on both my mother's and father's side, I was one of the first of all of my cousins, because I got a lot of cousins. I was one of the first of my generation in my family to go to university. There were a couple that came before me, but because my parents also they really wanted to do post-secondary stuff and like continue on with it, but my mom couldn't afford to, and my dad also, like, he had to start working because he had to, you know, he needed to start making some money, you know, so they couldn't get all the education that they wanted to, so they really, really wanted me and my siblings to be able to get that education. So they were, I could have gone to clown college, and my parents would have been thrilled, right? But yeah, no, BT, your English is, like Elle said, your English is very good. I completely understand what you're saying. And yeah, feel free to practice your English here, because, you know. Okay, there we go. You can make a lot of money with art, but you have to sell yourself very good, or find someone who can sell you. Exactly, exactly. It's a hard hustle, is what it is. Like, you have to be very good at selling yourself, like you said, or you have to find someone who will sell you, you know, who buys into what you're doing. But yeah, it's a lot of legwork that you have to do and facilitate yourself. Like, it's not one of those things where you come out of university and you're like offered a job, right? You know. And I knew that going into university, that it wasn't going to be one of those things where, like, I walk out of school and someone's like, oh, hey, we need an artist. You should come work for us, you know? Or like, ooh, you were top of your class or whatever. Like, yeah, come. No, it's very much, you got to make your own way. Which is part of the fun in it, you know? And my roommate didn't get that. Do I have a gallery corporation or gallery that I work with? Not in any sort of, like, official standpoint. There is a gallery near me that I frequent, and I've shown work there before. So I guess the closest thing, that's probably the closest thing I have to a gallery co-op or you know. I guess that kind of counts, because I have shown a fair amount of work there. Like, my first solo show was there. My first and as of now only solo show that I've done. But I've done a bunch of group shows there as well. And I'm pretty tight with the staff there. Like, they know me, I know them. The curator, who's a very talented artist himself, you know, I'm pretty tight with him. So that's probably I guess that's the closest thing to a gallery co-op that I have, but it's not super official where, like, they, you know, like, sponsor me or anything like that you see every once and again. You know, it's also not one of those galleries where there's, like, you know, house artists where they've got, like, a group of, like, 5 to, like, 20 artists or whatever that they have there. It's a very kind of open gallery, where, like, anybody can come in and, like, do group shows or what have you. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Let's change brushes, because I want to do some baseboards now. Grab this smaller brush. And we'll come in and do some baseboard work. Let's see if I can bring you guys in closer, actually, without knocking anything down. Baseboards! There we go. Y'all get to see a closer look at my mug. Alright, let's start over here. Also, I hope earlier when I was talking about when we started the stream and I was talking about where I got the concept for the new body of work that I want to work on. I hope y'all could follow what I was saying. Sometimes I meander when I tell stories or when I'm, just sort of like speaking off the cuff. So I hope it was I hope that if I was writing out my story that I was telling, that it would be legible. Because I can get sidetracked and start rambling. It's pretty much the same color as it was. So you got to add a little bit more black to it. There we go. That's better. Yeah, that looks good. We'll come up here and do the top. Oh man, but I tell y'all, that walk that I went on last night, it's been a very long time since I've done a 2.5 hour walk. That shit was liberating. That felt good. That felt like a throwback, because I used to take walks like that all the time before I got full-time jobs and all that kind of stuff. It felt so good. Listening to podcasts and then listening to some music, and yeah, that was nice. I need to do that more often. Not only for the exercise part of it, but just because it was fun. Especially walking that late at night, because there's no one else around, No one else to bother you. Not that I don't really find people to be much of a bother, which I know is kind of a strange statement, especially given what the world has taught us the last couple of years. But I'm not super, super bothered by people most of the time. But it is nice when you can just kind of be peaceful and... Oh, that's really tiny. Hey, Grey Cat. Thank you for the raid. Thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. Hey. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Let me just type to Reezy because she is lurking and can't hear. But welcome in, Raiders. I am Soul Commodore. I am an artist, as you see. And also I play games every once and again. So yeah, this is me just talking out my ass while we paint. But Grey Cat, how was your stream? How was your stream? Let's get a shout out in here for Grey Cat. Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Grey Cat Gaming. Listen, if y'all who are in here already don't know Grey Cat is quite an interesting person because Gray Cat is very chill. He's very cool. He's very nice, a very, very cool individual who plays a lot of horror games. And it's quite a cool thing to that balancing act of being a chill personality and playing horror games where you get spooked all the time, right? But very cool guy. You should check him out. Very nice individual. Very funny. Has a great community over at his channel. Plays a lot of indie horror games. Also plays other games. And then sometimes, and this always, I don't get mad. But sometimes I pop into Gray Cat's streams, and they're watching videos of like pastries being made, and I'm like, damn you, because now I want a pastry and I can't get one. Pretty chill stream today. We watched the Summers Games Fest. Then did a couple of rounds of Valorant. Nice. Gray who? Something Cat? Don't know who that is. And no problem, Gray Cat. You deserve it. Also, how's it going, Fred? How's it going? Welcome in. It's good to see you. And also, Cupcake Frog, I saw you earlier, I believe. Yes. I hope you all are doing well. Thank you for trusting your community with me, Gray Cat. I do appreciate it. Right now, we're painting some baseboards, which may seem like it's not all that interesting, but I promise I'll try to make it interesting. But, yeah, we're working on this piece that's part of a big series that I'm doing that has about... this will be the 19th piece in the series. So it's a pretty big one. Called Tracking. And for those of you who are new, I will actually show you a piece that we had done before as part of this series. And I'll kind of explain it. Oh, thank you, Cupcake. I appreciate that. I'm glad that it's coming along. That you think it's coming along. Cthulhu. Yo, Trip, you are not too late for the art. We're going to be going for another half hour or so. So you are not too late. Also, good morning. How are you? So for those of you who are new, this is another piece that we did in the tracking series. We actually did this one on stream. This is... I believe 3 feet by 3 feet. My idea for this, the concept for these works in tracking is we're living in very strange times in which a lot of shit that we thought we were going to have access to as adults, like my generation, we don't have access to. Like sustainable full-time employment, being able to buy a house, being able to have kids, being able to afford stuff, having higher wages, all that kind of stuff is kind of melting away from us, almost like reality is being abstracted in front of our eyes. So I kind of was thinking about that and it's like, well, how do I translate that kind of feeling to canvas? And what it is I paint something that looks realistic, and then I take a palette knife and I kind of start to abstract over it, using the colors from the background so that it looks like reality is abstracting itself. And sometimes it abstracts itself all the way through the painting, like here. Sometimes it's very select areas. And then I because I'm a horror fan, I sometimes add something like this, where... there's just a pair of legs in this reflection that don't have a counterpart in the real world. So it's like, well, what is going on here? Is there some otherworldly force that's causing this abstraction? So that's what this show is all about. This collection of works, and you can obviously read into my work however you like. That was the original concept that I came up with. That was the baseline of it. But there are multiple readings that you can have with it, right? So, Okay, let me catch up with Chad a little bit. Uh, it's very good. I like it way better than sus. Literally just woke up. Nice, nice, nice. Thank you, Chirp. I appreciate that. And thank you, Cupcake. You know, living. It was never different. Reality is an imagination. Reality is, yeah, reality is just an illusion. It's the upside down. Yo, Buddhabot, welcome in. Welcome in. It's the upside down. Love a piece with an Easter egg. Gotta run because of dinner. Have a great rest of... Well, thank you, Elle. Thank you. I hope you have a lovely, lovely dinner. And because you lurked, you know what's coming. I always feel like somebody's watching me. Thank you for the lurk. I appreciate it. So yeah, that was kind of the idea behind this whole series of works. Kind of just an idea of reality breaking down around us and how it can how it affects us. Yo, Bree's in here too. Welcome in, Bree. How are you? How are you? Oh, you've been here a while, just talking now. Hey, there's no problem with that. So what you're saying is this real life or is this fantasy? Yes. Yes, that is what I'm saying. Okay, let's add a little bit of highlight on this. Actually, let me bring y'all in closer again. Oh, I'm good. I'm good, Bree. I'm good. Yo, Bill. It always feels like somebody's watching so. How are you, Bill? Good to see you. Yeah, there's a lot of folks in here today. Well, I truly do appreciate all y'all coming in and saying hello. And here's me debating redeeming a speed paint, but can never think of what to get done. Fair enough. Fair enough. Just got back from walking the puppy. Nice. Nice. Hope your walk was lovely. So this baseboard's almost done. And then we'll move on to this wall. Okay, good. So there's that one. A Pokemon is always the best answer. I'm gonna have to steal that. All friends are here. Yes. Yes. The gang's all here. I'm just gonna scroll through to make sure I didn't forget anybody because I was talking about my art for a while there. Just want to make sure I didn't leave anybody in the dust. Oh, the Cthulhu. The Cthulhu's your favorite of your emotes, Gray? Yeah, I mean, I can see that. I can see that. Wait, we're a gang? My mother always warned me about gangs, so... Gangs can be fun. Sometimes. Y'all gonna get matching jackets? Like, that's the most fun part of a gang. Okay, so now we're gonna start doing the baseboard on this wall. Also, if I didn't say it earlier, Gray, I'm glad that your stream went well. Glad to hear that your stream went well. Always glad to hear that. Okay. So this is where the shadow, well, this particular shadow ends. So now we gotta make a lighter color to do the rest of this baseboard. The jackets are the most fun part. I thought the musical numbers with snapping and dancing and fighting another gang was the most fun part. You know, speaking of which, one of the first movies that my girlfriend and I watched together was The West Side Story. And let me just say, we were not fans. I had never seen it before, and she hadn't either. And I just found it kind of ridiculous. Like, I have a hard time watching a lot of musicals anyway, because I can suspend my disbelief for a lot of things, but for some reason, just breaking into song in the middle of a movie, just I can't suspend my disbelief that far. I don't know why. There's probably something wrong with me, but I've never been able to get into musicals except for a few. Like, I love Singing in the Rain. I love Annie. I love The Wiz. You know, the original. The 1960s version. Yeah, I definitely understand why people like that movie. Like, I can definitely see it. It's not like it's a poorly made movie. It's a very well made movie. It's not for me. But then again, I am not the target demographic for musicals anyway. Like, I can't suspend my disbelief enough to enjoy them. Horror movies, of course, that's different. But The Greatest Showman is your jam? Ah, nice. Yeah, my girlfriend likes that one too. Again, I'm not a fan of musicals, so I didn't dig it myself. But you know, that's no skin off anybody's nose, you know. I know there's a lot of people who don't like horror movies or true crime documentaries or documentaries, period, you know, or, you know, but that's okay. Variety is the spice of life. I find, but like I said, there are those three musicals in particular: Singing in the Rain, The Wiz, and Annie. I like. Also, that doesn't. I'm not counting like all the Disney Pixar movies and all that kind of stuff, because those are all technically musicals. Like, I like all those movies. You know. I'm generally very much not a fan of musicals. For me, it's not the suspension of disbelief. It's usually that the musical numbers are super boring. And it's like designing a whole movie around getting mediocre songs stuck in my head. Singing in the Rain, though, is just a lovely time. No, cumin is the spice of life. Fair. Also, I think another reason why my mom, it was kind of cool, because Singing in the Rain is one of my mom's favorite movies, right? If not her favorite movie, and it wasn't until I was watching a couple of years ago, I was watching it again, and I'm sure I noticed this when I was a kid, and I just didn't register it, but when they sing the Singing in the Rain song in the movie, it's March 24th, right? But the day before, when they're all lamenting about what was all the bad stuff that's going to happen, it was March 23rd, right? And then Debbie Reynolds' character is like, no, it's not. Look. Or sorry, it's not Singing in the Rain. It's the song Good Morning, right? Because it's past midnight now, so it's morning. So they do that musical number where it's March 24th, but the day before is March 23rd when they were all talking. And that happens to be my birthday. So I always like that little connection, you know. My dad's not a huge fan of musicals either. So I definitely take after him in that regard. The running couch gag is just great. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I like that too. I like that too. Rent, Chicago, and Hairspray are my jam. I will say I've seen Chicago. Chicago's all right. Chicago, I can stand Chicago. My girlfriend and I watched Chicago. I can stand Chicago. My younger brother was in a high school production of Rent, actually. And he did very, very well. He was hitting notes that I didn't know he could hit. Thanks for the chat. I have to go. Don't feel safe with all the people in here. No worries, just fooling you. Fair enough. Well, thank you for coming in, BT. It was nice to meet you. Nice chatting with you, and hopefully we see you again sometime. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Uh-oh, my chair's my chair's collapsing in on itself because it's a very old computer chair. Yeah, Buddha, I think he's just trolling. He's just playing around. I don't feel safe with all y'all in here either. I feel too exposed. How can anyone not feel safe with the soothing presence of TJ? That's right. I am soothing. I'm like a lozenge. I just realized that I was talking about Rent in Chicago, and I don't think Reezy can hear me because she's at work lurking, and she's got the. I'm not locked in here with y'all. Y'all are locked in here with me. You find my streams very soothing and chill? Well, thank you. Thank you. Ah, yes, it's the ominous chair that's just floating there. That's what it is. What a great line in a movie that I didn't actually like all that much. But then again, I'm not a huge superhero movie fan anyway. But yeah, I just, for whatever reason, Watchmen didn't grab me. Yeah, Twitch app isn't great. Let me just reply to this real quick. That wasn't a typo that Trip made. We are locking in here with Trip, popping and locking. Okay, excuse me, everybody. I'm just gonna type some more. Oh my goodness, I can't type. Here we go. I love Watchmen, and yeah, not everything is for everyone. I liked the book a lot growing up, and honestly, it still serves as a reminder for myself that the Watchmen that we appoint in our world also need to be watched. And unfortunately, as with the case with the police, for example, we have failed to do so. But anyway, back to the art. Yeah, no, I agree with the concept of the of Watchmen. I hope that this personal attention makes Reezy feel special because Reezy is special. Agreed. Okay. So let's get back to it. Yeah, I do like the premise of Watchmen, and I do like the whole, like, who's watching the Watchers, right? Who watches the Watchmen? Just for some reason, that movie just didn't vibe with me. I don't know why, but yeah. I wish it had. Okay, there we go. We'll extend some of this light on this baseboard a little bit more. As it extends down here. But we really don't have to do too much more with it. Oops. Use the wrong side of the brush. Okay, there we go. I like that. So I'll bring this in a little closer. So yeah, now we've got this corner here. It's all done. So we got that baseboard there, and then this one, and this one extending down here, down to the corner. And then we got to do some more details on these ones up here. And I still have to bring one along this wall, but we're getting there. We're getting there. All right, let me zoom out here, because it's about that time, ladies and gentlemen, where, and otherwise, ladies and gentlemen and otherwise, where we gotta... We got to get out of here, but let's see. Let me catch up on this a little. Who did he play in Rent? And also Chicago, just Cell Block Tango might actually convince me to kill a man. It's so good. Unfortunately, I don't remember who my brother played. Okay, so that movie is not good, I agree. Also, I was avoiding talking too much because I know it's a bitch to type in Paint, so don't feel like you have to answer me either. You can use what I say as talking points even. Oh, don't worry, I've been doing that. I've been doing that. If you watch the VOD, you'll see I was doing that. Also, Trip's out here lying on me. I would never put in my milk before cereal. I use water. I don't actually use water. That's But yeah, okay. Oh, glug glug. Thank you, Reezy. Thank you. Soul just calling me out. I was. You're lying on me. No, it's been a very, very long time since I've had to put water in my cereal. Like, I was in university and had no money and ran out of milk. That was the last time I did it. So, all right, everybody. So, it's about that time. We're going to go find somebody to raid. But before we go, you lie to me. Before we go, I have some thank yous to say. Thank you, Reezy, for the glug glug. I appreciate it. Thank you, Grey Cat, for the raid. I really do appreciate you. I really do. I mean, it means something to me that when you send your community over here. So I hope I did it justice. I hope you all who came over enjoyed yourselves if you're still here. And yeah. Also, I missed this, but in case you're in here, Super Farva, thank you for the follow. I do appreciate that. We are 4 followers away from 200, and per L, when we reach 200, I'm going to be doing a charcoal drawing because I really need to do more charcoal drawings. So, with all that being said, let's go find somebody to raid. So let's open Twitch in a new tab and see who's doing what. Who is doing what? You know what? We're going to... I know who we're raiding. This person is also doing art and was doing a very, very wonderful live... what's it called? Still life. Still life. Using only a palette knife. The last time we were in there. So, we're going to say hello to Lava KC. Okay, so, with that, I hope you all have a lovely rest of your day. What is going on with my left eye? It's not, like, opening enough. Anyway. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. We're going to be back here Saturday morning playing... Breath of the Wild. I may have to take like a 15-minute break while we're playing, just to help my girlfriend bring her boat down to the water. So just keep that in mind. There might be like a 15-minute little reprieve in that. But we will be back after that. But yeah, Saturday, 9 a.m. Eastern, we'll be playing some Breath of the Wild. And yeah. Can't wait to see me paint the chair in. Well, thank you. And yet, thank you for coming in, Reezy. Thank you, Angel. Thank you, Trip. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. I really do appreciate all y'all coming in and having some fun with us. So, yeah, we're going to go spread the love to Lava KC. So, with that, we'll catch you all next time. All right. Bye, everybody.